another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Let's take a step back and enjoy Enter Sandman. And the Tar Heels will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hokies offense will have the football first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the...
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Hokies will hustle to the line.
That's a really good-looking run there. And you think about great Hokie running backs in recent years. David Wilson, Lee Suggs, Kevin Jones, they all have the ability to shake defenders and break ankles. This guy right now giving you some of those vibes with that last run. That was nice.
To the air, it's Hope. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Hokies will punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will get the ball for the first time. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him, and if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access, because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, and he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step based on what he did last time.
Here's the handoff. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He'll try it again. There he goes. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. Now on the move. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They'll run play action. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this 3rd down. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Looking for space. It's Peters. Foul man space and picked up 6 out to the 33. The Hokies come to the line in the hurry-up. Let's take a moment here and talk a little Virginia Tech. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era, but certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But, Jesse, after today, there can only be one at one.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. These two teams both, though, believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? To the air, it's Hope. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Hokies send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Off play action on 1st down. Pressure coming. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He'll keep it himself. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And the Tar Heels will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. A little sluggish out of the gate here. They've had to punt it away on each of their first 2 possessions. Snagged in the middle. It's Traore. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, it's a nice-looking throw right there, and I'll tell you what, for Hokie quarterbacks in the past, it's not all about just hurting you with their legs. Michael Vick could kill you throwing the football. Tyrod Taylor could do it. How about this now? Jim Drunkenmiller. You can just see him right now dotting an 18-yard dig route. That's a nice-looking throw. That gives me some Drunkenmiller vibes, Pollock.
Fires to the big fella, and they're able to get him on the ground. The Hokies moving quickly to the line. To the air, it's Hope. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. From the gun, running back gets the give. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. From the gun, running back on the move.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Oh, they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies!
Well, after that touchdown, the crowd here at Lane Stadium is absolutely going crazy. This is one of the great environments and best fan bases in all of college football. Exit light, enter night.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That that last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Leaves it with the running back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Dropping back, it's Hope. Finds his man, it's Traore. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Hokies racing to the line in the hurry-up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. There's the pressure. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Good right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia Southern. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll do it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. These fans touching the figurative Hokie stone, doing their part to help out on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. They largely dominated this 1st quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Hope. Lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. He's got it. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Hand off from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Makes a catch at the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. The quarterback will keep it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And this one is perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They'll try the run. Quick step and go. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Hokies want to move quickly. Hokie, 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 high, tech, tech, VPI. Got it rolling on the ground.
And Virginia Tech fans love that chant, and they love the physical ground game, the ability to run the football. That's kind of who they are. That's how they're built. Just a tough group of individuals.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Reads it, fires complete. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. It's a draw. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the 1st down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the 4th down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. Punt is in the air. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And back to the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Figueroa. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They try to pop a run on the draw. gets it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Finds the tight end. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Right on the money. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The give from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Hokies in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Hope. Got his man. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The Hokies trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Western Kentucky is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage, but despite all that, we still have a very close game. They're up by just 2 over Troy.
Leaves it with the back.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. 2nd down coming up. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Turning it on! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. He's got the tight end. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got the back in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. On target to the left. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Motion from the wideout. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, he'll throw it. Finds his tight end. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. And the Tar Heels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Just a short pass to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll immediately call timeout. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Splits the uprights right down the middle. Now the lead is down to 11. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Blacksburg. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Lane Stadium.
And the Hokies will boot it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
And here's the third interception. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
That's a bit of a gut punch for the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. The Hokies want to pick up the tempo.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of offense.
It's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Scanning the field, it's Hope. Catch in the middle, it's Traore. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they created a negative play.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Bully ball on third and short. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground off right tackle. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. These Phoenix touching the figurative Hokie Stone, doing their part to help out on third down. Complete in the middle. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver comes in motion. He'll take it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And after that, best thing you can do, run it away. Here comes the special teams. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Snags a quick pass on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense.
Oh, he's got some space. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Quarterback on the keeper. Pick up of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And the Hokies are in the hurry up. Back to throw, it's Hope. Fires to the wideout. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Sends it back in motion. On 4th down, going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Quickly complete.
You run the slant route day 1, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. It's a reverse. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Trying play action. With the catch, it's Figueroa. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Tar Heels come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Hokies are moving quickly down the field.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going for it all. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Behind the chains now on second and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Going with the ground game left. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Hokies headed quickly to the line.
Really nice run there, and you've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
He'll keep it himself. Quarterback gets the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Hokies are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Hokies! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Western Kentucky is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These toppers have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today.
They're going to open this drive with a pass.
They're trailing by just 2 to Troy. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. This time he's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
34, North Carolina, 6.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the ground with the back. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. They'll try the right side. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Got a man, it's Rossi. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats and get the INT. Nice job by this D.
We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Running it to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Peters. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Goes to the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Hope. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. If you had a DB on the bingo card for the first sack of the game, you win.
Man, and I've been here before, Reese. Like, I can hear the trash talk right now. Like, wait a minute. I got to cover everybody in the back end, and I'm going to get sacks. Like, hey, defensive line, you want to get me some sacks? Or I guess I'll do it myself.
The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
And the Tar Heels line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. Just needs a crack to get a return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got enough for the first. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not much room, a pickup of 2 down to the 28. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll go to the toss. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Complete out of the backfield. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down. Splits the uprights. Good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Looking to throw on 1st down. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Unloads it left. He's got it, 1st down and more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. To the air on 1st down. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Tar Heels are on the move. They just keep firing. Got his man in the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Flips it out in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's McCown. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Tar Heels, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Catch in the middle, it's Figueroa. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.